Welcome to The Patty Show. My name is Patty Setiatti, and in this podcast, we'll explore the crossing point of the three P's: passion, pleasure, and positivity, and how they can lead you to your own personal paradise. We'll chat with inspiring guests, share practical tips, and dive into stories that will empower you to live your best life. Let's get the Patty Party started. Welcome back to The Patty Show, everybody. Woo-hoo! Yes. Wow. Nice energy. Sir. Wow. Great energy from the studio audience today. We got a fun episode today. Episode 74, Reset and Refresh.
I love it.
Yeah. Thank you, sir. I appreciate you, man. We'll get to you shortly, man. Today's episode, we're focusing on resetting and refreshing. I'm, of course, your host, Patty Setiatti. I have the honor, the privilege to show you off multi-passionate people that I have the pleasure of connecting with that bring positivity to the world and share their personal paradise. Woo, man, that's always it's a lot of words, a lot of peace, but we're so grateful to be on the Patty Show, episode 74. Today, you don't need a full restart. Sometimes you just need a little refresh. That's what today's theme is about. And before we continue on the episode, just want to shout out my girl, Emiko Saraswati Susilo. An amazing episode, very talented dancer, voice actor, writer, proud wife. She played my wife, actually, in a short film where I was a 65-year-old retired lawyer. Great time. We talk about all our fun time during set, even though it was like a heavy kind of drama. We were laughing most of the time during the different takes, mainly because of me. I'm a goofball. I play too much during those heavy scenes, but it was a great time. Thanks for sharing all your knowledge about the voice acting world, and then also all about the traditional like Balinese Indonesian dance. And she even helped with Raya the Last Dragon, that animated film, with some like consulting when it came to like Southeast Asian culture and everything. So shout out to you. We got to have a trip to Hawaii soon. She's also Hawaiian. So shout out to that. And speaking of amazing shout outs, today we have a fire episode today, y'all. I don't know if you guys are ready, but today I have the living legend, okay? He is the funny, energetic, stylish. Come on, look at the clothing right there. Come on now. Prince of LA and JKT, Jakarta, if you guys don't know, if you don't know all the letters. Some people call him the soccer sensei with his smooth striking. You know I love my alliteration on the Patty Show, the S's. Some know him as the Anak LA. He's the one, okay? Everybody, though, knows him as the passionate, proud Indonesian storyteller that reminds us to drink water, my friends. Please drink water, and please welcome our brother right here. Give it up for the legendary Yafi. Woo!
Wow, what an opening, what an intro.
Bro,
I love it. That was poetic. I love it. Thank you for having me.
Of course, man.
Thank you for
having me. Man, that's what we do.
Before we start, let's have
cheers, everybody. Everybody,
sip of water.
Sip of water, everybody.
Don't be thirsty. Drink the water.
But this guy, I'm gonna spit the water for.
Yeah, man. Don't be thirsty. Drink your water.
Absolutely. Well, Yavi, man, if you could do a little self intro, your background, hobbies.
All right.
How we know each other and everything, man. The floor is yours, man.
Right on.
Woo.
All right. Okay. Well, let's get started. So my name is Yafi Fayruz. Been here in LA, in the States, for 19 years. 19 years. Yeah, 19 years. Still learning the language. So if I stutter a little bit, please,
hey, man,
excuse me.
You're more fluent than me, man. My English makes no sense. All the slang I use, I'm like...
I get it. But yeah, so I moved here back in 2006 with my stepdad, my mom, and my little brother. They're all here now. And been here since. So that's what's interesting, because I have the kind of sort of unique experience of going to high school in Indo for 2 years, and then I moved here. They put me down 2 grades, bro.
2 grades,
yeah.
Man.
So I was supposed to be a senior by the time I come here, but I ended up being a sophomore, which is fine. We'll talk about it later. But it ended up being like a blessing in disguise, if you will. And I've been here since, and then now just doing soccer. I play soccer still.
And coaching in as well?
I coach, yeah. I have my little, side hustle business where I do private lessons or like little groups with little kids. I focus mostly on little kids, the grassroots, and I make content.
Yes.
for multiple platforms.
Of
But
course.
mainly YouTube. Yeah.
Yeah, mainly YouTube. Well, we're so grateful that you're here, my brother.
Thanks for having me.
Let's run it back though. How do we know each other actually?
Well, and that's it. Like, shout out to Adit. Adit, my roommate. That
Yo,
guy
brother,
literally
come on
saved
now.
my life. This guy somehow he's in New York now, right? He was my roommate here. Funny story about him is that he actually grew up 2 houses down from me in Bintaro. Shout out to Bintaro.
Wow, OG,
Jakarta.
OG.
Yep, South Jakarta. That's where we're
Wow.
from. And then, long story short, we met here again in the States, in LA actually,
Mhm.
because his then girlfriend,
Ooh, that's the tea. That's the
yep,
tea.
sorry Grace, was living here.
Uh,
She's pretty. I didn't, I was like, we were friends.
yeah.
But a lot of guys liked her.
Mm.
Anyway, long story short, she's like, my boyfriend's coming here. And it's like, who is this guy? It's like, his name is Adit. I'm like, who is this?
Yeah.
Dude.
Yeah, he's like, who is this dude trying to steal my girl?
Who's this dude? And then she showed me a picture. I'm like, I know this dude.
What, dude?
Yeah, and I was like, this guy, he's like my neighbor. And then fast forward, they broke up, whatever. I did a few years later. He hit me up. He's like, hey, my girlfriend is moving to LA. I'm gonna move to LA too. You want a roommate together? And
what,
then,
dude?
yeah, at the time, my then also girlfriend was just leaving LA to go back to Bali. So
There's a lot of then girlfriends.
I know.
Don't worry, me too. I got.
So I actually was in need of roommates. So and then he came. Timing was perfect.
Wow.
And then, it was just funny from like Jakarta, living 2 houses down from each other, to actually living together in LA. And then
And then K-Town, right? You
K-Town in Koreatown too. And then now he's in Meta, and I think that's how you
exactly, bro. It was the craziest thing because I don't think I fully told you because the long story is like I'm working at the office because holiday season, Thanksgiving.
Okay.
I'm blessed that I can work in any of the offices at Meta.
Yeah.
And I'm there one day to get like lunch, and then I'm just chopping it up with one of the homies, our boy over there. He also has a little man bun going.
Yeah.
He has a lot of swagger. I'm like, okay, this guy's definitely
He's a cool guy. He's a cool guy.
But I couldn't tell if he was Indonesian fully because Indonesia, it's so hard to tell. He looked a little bit like Filipino, maybe a little Mexican or
Mexican,
or Mexican too. So we were just like chopping it up. I was like, hey, what's up, man? I told him I'm from LA, live in K-Town. He said, oh, no way, dude. I used to live in K-Town.
Okay.
We talked real quick, and then I ate my food, and then that's that. We were just talking for a little bit. Next day I come, I'm wearing a batik, Indonesian, the design, the clothing, and everything.
We know batik. Okay.
So I see his other coworker, the Filipino guy, and he's like, hey, what's up, man? And then in the far corner, he's like, yo, is that batik? I'm like, yeah, what? And then, we started speaking Indonesian, and I'm like, bro, there's no way you're Indo too, bro. We basically brothers at this point because we had the man buns, the facial hair, and he loves his white girls just like me. Bro, that's how we bonded.
That is.
I told him
so
about
funny.
my like travels to like Sweden, Estonia, and everything. He's like, man, you know what's up, brother? So we bonded off of that, and then he was telling me about you. Flower section to you, real quick, Yafi. I only know you shortly, but he said the same thing about you. That how you saved his life too, bro. You know what I'm saying?
Okay.
With everything that the brotherhood that you guys have, it's such a beautiful thing to see nowadays. Especially like we talked about this earlier about how like there's so much BS in the world,
totally
wars and all the correcting for random stuff. We don't want to get too political, but so much BS that like it's nice to find genuine connections where it's like that, man. You guys,
no, for sure.
You guys have the love for each other, and you guys say it to everybody, like a random stranger. I just met the homie over there, and he was also shout out to my boy. He's gonna be on the podcast eventually when he comes to LA. Hurry up, man! This is your sign, bro.
You better come.
When this episode come out, you better hurry up, bro. That's the sign. Get all the boys in K-Town.
Exactly.
Run it back, as if everyone was single though.
But
you are married though, right?
I am.
How long has it been?
Unfortunately, I'm taking ladies, so
yes, please.
I'm off the market.
So we have to let them know in the beginning, like,
hey, So been married, going on 5 years now already. Yeah.
Wait, 5? I thought you were 26, man.
Nah,
so
but thank you.
And
wow. I'm 36 now.
Asian don't raise it, y'all. Come on now. Asian don't rate. It's because he drinks the water too.
The water, and you just eat rice. That's it.
That's the secret.
The rice.
Clip that.
The
Clip
rice
that right
and the
there.
tea.
Rice and the tea.
The rice and the
rice
tea.
tea on the Patty show.
Hey, there you go. There you go. But yeah, I've been married for 5 years.
5 years.
She's Filipina.
Oh,
Filipino
nice.
American.
Oh, nice, dude.
Um,
How did y'all meet? What's the origin story?
It's actually funny because we met on this app called Hinge.
Oh my God, I've
Which
never heard of it.
Which is actually kind of like strange for both of us because we're not really like a dating app sort of people. I'm just more realistic. We know Asian boys, a lot of us, at least the ones that look like this, we're at the bottom of the barrel. We get it. From my experience, every now and then you get, matches, but a lot of times like, eh. And also for me, I feel like you have to meet me in person versus just looking at pictures. Then I'll charm the heck out of you, and then it just, you know what I mean?
But he knows what he's talking about.
It's just, if it's just pictures, it's like, it's tough. You know what I mean?
It really is, bro. The dating market, because I'm still single right now, you know how it is. Like Hinge and everything, we're like in the bottom of the barrel. If they're Asian or they aren't a certain height, a certain whatever.
Yeah.
But my biggest tip for the people out there is go to a foreign country.
That's it.
When I was in Sweden, bro, I was telling him, bro, it was easy, man, because we're so unique, bro.
Yeah.
Because they see all the tall blonde guys, so they're like average size, dark skinned Indonesian man.
Oh, this is different.
Exotic.
Yeah.
That's American too. I'll take it.
For sure.
So if you can't find anyone in LA, go to
travel. Go travel.
Go travel. Sweden, Stockholm, maybe, or maybe go to West Africa. Who knows?
There you go. There you go. Hey, you never know. You never know.
So you guys met on Hinge in LA, or
in LA? Yeah, in LA. At the time, actually, Adit was there. Adit was still my roommate then. I remember for our first date. And his now wife was still girlfriend back then. Was over at the house. I remember dressing up, trying to dress up for our first date.
This is so funny, man.
And I walked out, and I remember, I think it might have been Grace. She was like, "That's what you're wearing?" I'm like, "Oh shoot, I guess I'll change now." So I changed, and then that's it. I just remember her making that comment. I was like, "All right, I guess I changed." Anyway, I changed my jacket or whatever. And she's like, "That's better." Anyway, I went, and then the rest is history.
Wow, man! Oh my God, what was so besides that, what was another good sign that you were like, "Oh, I can be with this woman"? You said 5 years right now, right? And hopefully going, prayer.
Yep.
But like, how did you know she was? I don't want to say she's the one, but like, there was like good signs that you guys were gonna be compatible. Like, were there any things you noticed on the first date, second, third?
For sure. I'm the type of person that likes to follow my gut. My gut feelings. Like, oftentimes, like I think most of the time, it's not all the time, it leads me to a positive sort of outcome. So I tend to listen. Anywho, so during our first date, she actually, for the funny story is that, so if I can go back a little bit, she was visiting her brother, whose wife, then the sister-in-law, was working in Jakarta. Yeah, for the Thai embassy. So she was stationed there. So her brother, the husband, was there too, with the whole family. Anyway, so she was visiting Jakarta in a few weeks at the time, and she saw that this handsome guy is from Jakarta. So she's like, "Hey, you know what? Why not?" So she actually liked me first.
Let's go.
Why not? Anyway, so during our first date, she had just come back from Jakarta.
Oh, so it was easy to...
Yeah, but here's the thing. Here's the reason why I brought that up. She was like, I brought gifts for you. I'm like, "Oh, first date, gift? Okay, cool. Very thoughtful." That's already green flag, right?
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
And then she pulled out, and you know this, if you've been living in the States for a while, she brought 2 Indomie.
Oh, yeah.
From Indo.
Oh, yeah.
Those are different. Okay, if you disagree, then you don't know what you're talking about.
We need to let them know.
If you guys know Indomie already, mie goreng,
whatever.
If you don't know, get your life.
You got it.
Get your life right.
Go to any Asian market, you'll find it. Okay.
Yes.
Well, the real ones though.
The real ones is even better because it has more MSG. You know what I mean?
And then it's not like going through the American.
Yeah. So the fact that she brought that, because I think we had talked about how I said Indomie from Indo is better than Indomie here, blah, blah, blah. And so she remembered that, and so she brought it. So I'm like, she's very thoughtful. Anyway, boom. And then we just hit it off from there. And again, so that's when I kind of followed my gut. Well, another funny story is that I used to be dating a lot of Indo girls,
Mm.
um, but a lot of them were international students, and so
So you knew them all already before.
well, no, not necessarily, but
I was like,
the ending was always that after they're done with school and
yeah,
their OPT is over, they have to go back to Indo, so they would always leave me.
yeah.
Um,
And long distance is tough. Dude.
yeah, no, it doesn't work.
Yeah.
If you say otherwise, you're delusional.
Yeah,
Anyway,
made that 1%.
yeah. Well, good for you. Okay. But anyway, I was like, you know what? Let me try dating some locals. So I met her. I was like, she lives, on the west side. She's in LA. Cool. We started dating, and tell me why. She just goes like, hey, by the way, I have some news. I'm like, what? I got accepted in Colombia, New York. I'm like, are you kidding me?
I know.
You're going to New York long distance again? At least it's not over an ocean, but still, it's like a 6
But it's still like
hour
6
flight.
Yeah, dude.
You know what I mean? So I was just like, but this is when I go, you know what? Everything that we've gone through, I guess, kind of like the past 3 weeks, ever since we,
Yeah.
we had our first date, was telling me, stay with her, try it.
Yeah.
So I asked her, I was like, do you want to try this anyway? I honestly don't believe in it, but let's give it a try. My gut is telling me to give this a try if you are willing to. And she said yes. And boom. So we did that. She was out there.
Bi-coastal romance right there. Look
You
at
know what
that.
I mean? And which is why I visited New York a lot. Back in, when was it? 2019 is when she started in Colombia. Yeah, and then followed her gut. And then the pandemic happened.
Yeah.
She had to finish school remotely, so she had to move back, which is a blessing for me.
There we go.
You know what I mean? And ever since then, I was just like 2020, my dad passed away. Actually, tomorrow is the anniversary. 5 years on Christmas. Way to ruin my Christmas. Thanks, Dad. I'm just kidding.
We love you, Dad. We love you, Dad.
That's dark stories.
For
Anyway, and that kind of like opened my eyes to go, life is short. And he was fairly young, I'd say, when he passed. And I was like, I already love her so much. Life is short. I don't know what's gonna happen tomorrow. Let me lock this in. So
I like that. Same deal or no deal, right?
Days, yeah, a few days later, I was just like, kind of surprise her. Gave her the ring. She said yes, and then
what?
And it was quick. It was during the pandemic too, so the wedding was fairly easy. We didn't have to invite nobody.
Yeah, because you can't. Yeah, you're smart, bro.
Yeah,
one of my friends did that too, actually.
You know what I mean? So
Zoom wedding.
It was just like boom, 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 quick. We found this place that actually does everything, paperwork and everything, and we got married, and we're here now.
Wow, man.
That's the long short story of.
I love that, man. Shout out to Indomie, man. They should have sponsored that wedding now.
Well, that's the thing, because in the vow, I actually wrote that I promise to always keep at least one Indomie in the house, so we never run out. Little secret, I actually broke that about once. Okay, I got so hungry one night. I was like, I got nothing else.
I was like, baby, I love you.
But I was like, oh, I'm sorry. She was already asleep. I was like, I'm making this Indomie. But guess what I did the very next thing, the next morning? I went out to Rounds and Body.
There you go. See?
A whole bunch of Indomie just like stacked.
It's balance. Life is about balance. Oh my God.
But yeah, that's that. How the Indomie has sort of like,
yeah, man. That's not even a green flag. What's even more than a green flag? Like,
I don't know, but yeah,
super green flag. if my girl did that the first date, man, I would have pulled out the ring right there.
Yeah, I was just like, oh my God,
right now? Let's go.
Exactly,
bro. That's amazing, man. Wow, that's so cool, dude. Wow.
Yeah, she's the best. She's like the most thoughtful person I've ever known. Like, if you say anything that you like or whatever, she will write it down. So she has notes on everybody that she knows.
That's so wholesome.
The notes include your birthday and everything that you like. So she all of our calendar, because now we sync our calendar. Yeah. It's just people's birthdays. I'm like, who are these people?
He's like, who's Joseph?
And it's like, yeah, it's like a lot of my friends would get a happy birthday text from her
before you. You're like, I love you, baby, but you make me look bad. Like
now, yeah. So in the beginning, that was that, and I would tell her, can you just write my name on there?
Yeah. I mean, that's the good thing about being married. You can
exactly.
Joint, like Christmas cards or whatever, like Lebaran or anything.
But yeah, so I got lucky. In short, I want to say that I got lucky. I think that I found her. I know dating life is
Yeah.
crazy as it is already, especially in the big city. Trust me, I have lots of experience I can
Hmm.
share with
Oh,
you.
please. That's what I
But
was going to ask
with all
next.
with all the races,
Yeah.
I've I've been there.
The whole
You know,
spectrum.
it's actually funny because no one would have ever guessed that I would marry a Filipino.
Mm.
Um, but we're here. I love her so much, and like I said, I'm so lucky. And yeah, we're
Man, it's a
here.
blessing, man. Shout out to Indomie and shout out to perfect timing and your gut, man. Like if you didn't listen to that gut,
Yeah,
you would have. If you were like fixated on not doing long distance, man.
I would. I want to say I would still be single right now.
Mm.
Yeah, I would say that because I know how tough it is, and then with my parents' experience, because my parents got divorced and
Hmm.
whatnot, it was just kind of like it took a hit on me, kind of took a toll on like believing in marriages.
Hmm.
Uh, but I found this one person. I'm like, maybe this is my chance
Yeah.
to make it right.
Yeah.
Again, so going back to that, I listened to my gut.
I love that, man. Well, since you're a married man for 5 years, you said.
Yes, sir.
I have a friend.
Yeah.
Let's say, right, a friend. We're not
Mm.
gonna say the name, but he's a young, single, Southeast Asian male in
Hmm.
LA. You know,
Okay.
late 20s,
Okay.
in the dating market, but
Yeah.
he's a very busy, ambitious guy.
Yeah.
How does he balance the dating scene and everything with all the different like passions that he wants to do, career and like family? You got any tips for that friend?
Yeah. So that's actually a good question because I was kind of in that
Hmm.
sort of mode at the time. But again, other than listening to your own gut, I, based on my experience, find that you tend to find somebody when you least expect it, when you're not looking for it. When you're looking for it, here's the thing about, again, this is all my experience. You could disagree, whatever. Women can sniff desperation. They can smell it from a mile away. When you go to a bar, you haven't been,
Yeah, yeah.
I call it in Indo is you haven't changed your oil.
Not the only.
You haven't gotten your
Yes.
car service.
Yes, yes. You can tell.
They can tell. It's like, oh, the engine doesn't sound right.
Bro, I miss that saying, bro. That's one of the best. If you guys don't know, I don't know if I can explain it because my mom watches this.
Uh-oh.
But
Yeah, but they can smell it. So, but when you're just kind of like having fun out there and just not thinking about that part,
Mhm.
that's when it comes. A lot of times, in my experience, that's kind of how it goes for the most part. Um, so yeah, so my tips is just to continue to live your life. If someone, if you somehow cross paths with somebody,
Mhm.
make the best out of every moment. You
Mm.
live in the present, try to live in the present, see where that goes. If it doesn't match, move on and see where that takes you. I'd say don't don't force it.
I like that advice, and I think I've noticed that also personally with like my dating life too, where it's
Hmm.
like the more I'm just like you said, not looking, just having a fun time, like with the homies, with the friends, when you're out, that energy is also they can sniff that energy. They're like, oh,
Yeah,
I
yeah.
want to be with him. I want to be
It's like,
doing
oh,
this
he
with
looks
this.
so happy. He's so confidence is big, right? Confidence is big when you're confident. Because a lot of times when you've been single for so long, it's like your confidence level is like keep going down because you're like, no one likes me.
Yeah,
What?
you're like,
And you
what?
you become that's when you become desperate. That's how I feel anyway. But so there's a few things when you just like having fun, you don't care about the outside world, you're
Hmm.
not so desperate. Confidence level goes up, and you just they like that. I don't know. In
Yeah.
my experience, they do like that.
No, definitely. What do you think about people that can't settle down with one person and are indecisive when choosing their partners? Let's say they have a couple lined up. My friend,
Hmm.
hypothetically, uh, have multiple options,
Hmm.
right? And they don't seem like they're ever slowing down, and they want to like have multiple partners. What is your opinion on that? What should they do? Any tips and advice for maneuvering around
Yeah,
that?
I'm not super expert, but I was single for a while. Anyway, I think I think for me, it's just as long as it's consensual and you're honest with whoever it is that you're
Mm,
seeing. Let's say you're seeing three girls at a time, in one time. Well, the first thing is you have to be honest with yourself.
okay.
You have to be honest with yourself. You have to, um, again, it keeps going back to follow your gut. Who do you have fun the most with? who can you be the most real with? And like who, if you have to hold your fart in front of one girl, I don't think that's a
Yeah,
good
that's
thing.
next one.
Yeah, it's like I'm not saying on the first date you just let it out, but you know, a lot
Kiss
of time,
everybody.
you know what I mean. If you can be goofy, that's a good sign.
Yeah.
A lot of times, like because I know I've been there where the girl is so hot,
Yeah.
so pretty. You're like you bring it out with your boys, and they're like,
Like,
oh my
whoa,
god,
how you get that? Yeah.
but then you can't really be yourself because
Mhm.
she is high maintenance and stuff like
Yeah.
that. And then you go back and you kind of do a reflection. You're like, is this really what I
Yeah.
want? Just to get validation from my friends and
Mm.
for likes on Instagram, but you're not really happy. A lot of us are trapped in that sort of world, and they're like, that's fine. I get the likes. People like my
Yeah.
girl. They think I, but you're not really happy. I don't see the value in that.
Mhm.
You know?
That's a slippery slope, man. And I've personally dealt with that. You can find the baddest girl, whatever. Oh,
Hmm.
she gonna be gorgeous, but then, like you said, you do your fart. You can't do that. You gotta
If you're not
filter
clicking,
yourself.
it's not.
It's like there's not true chemistry there, and
Yeah.
it's like you said, the people they can say whatever they want outside, and it's good temporarily. Everyone loves validation.
Yeah.
If you don't like it, you're probably not human.
Yeah.
But once you get more mature and you realize it's just temporary,
Hmm.
the stuff that's everlasting is like the girl that gives you Indomie at that first date,
Yeah.
the one that gives you actual love long
Yeah.
distance.
Yeah.
That's what's worth fighting for. But I think, for me personally, what I've realized is sometimes you just gotta think with your actual head
Yeah.
and not your other head. Okay.
Oh yeah. Oh
Especially
yeah.
for the young men out there.
Hmm.
You know who you are. The young men out there.
Yeah.
Speaking of young men, though, man, you said you were in Indonesia. You were born there, right, bro?
Born and raised.
Um, you were there for 16 years in the
16.
beginning.
Yep.
16. Oh my goodness, man. How how was that whole journey from like kindergarten to like middle school, high school? Is that what you
High
were?
school. Yeah.
Walk me through the little journey. Did you stay around like Jakarta the whole time?
Yep.
Did you hop around?
Okay. Yes. So born and raised in Jakarta, like proper Jakarta,
Mhm.
South Jakarta, Jakarta Selatan. Shout out the cool part of Jakarta,
Yeah.
um, where everybody goes to hang out.
Hmm.
But there kind of been. So I started kind of having little adventure on my own early on because my parents were always separated
Mm.
ever since I was little, and my mom was raising two kids, two boys,
Hmm.
on her own essentially, because my dad is almost like what do you call it? It's almost like sometimes he's there, sometimes he's not.
Mm.
You know, well, a lot of times he's not. So I, since I was little, I understood that my mom couldn't always be there because she has to work and provide and whatnot. So I was always on my own,
Yeah, the
you
independence
know.
kind
And
of a little,
yeah,
yeah.
since I started taking public transportation. We call it angkot
Oh
or
yeah.
bis
Hmm.
since I was in second grade.
Wow, bro.
My mom actually paid for like what we call like the school bus, like jemputan and
Hmm.
stuff like that, where
Man, you
the
taking me back, bro. Yeah,
yeah,
I
like
used
they
to do.
come pick you up and
Yeah.
then they drop you off at
Hmm.
school, and then in the afternoon they take you
They take
home.
you home.
So
Yep.
a lot of the times, because I knew that home was kind of like empty and lonely, it was just my grandma and my uncle, but my uncle was in college and he was a knucklehead in college, so he was always like partying and
Out and
stuff like
about. Yeah,
yeah.
yeah,
So it was just is the housekeepers and my grandma and my younger brother. So that was, I don't know. I felt, I didn't want to be home.
yeah.
So a lot of times I just took the school bus to school, and then I never took it back home. I would stay at
Ah,
school, play soccer, play basketball,
yeah,
hang out with the satay vendors,
yeah.
bakso vendors, even with the security
Uh
guards
huh.
at school. I always wanted to talk to people. I always wanted to know about. I was always curious. I was always
Yeah,
a
yeah.
curious kid. I would sit next to the satay vendor. I would ask, "How many did you bring? You know, like how long did it take to prepare? You know, how much money are you
Yeah,
making in a
yeah.
day?" Just I don't remember
Everything,
any of
all of it.
the answers. Like that information wasn't useful for me, but I just wanted to talk. I just wanted
Hmm.
to be out there. Um, and that sort of, I think, molded me into the person I am today
Hmm.
because I was always out. So I never really look at, oh, you have money, let me be friends with you. You're pretty, let me be friends. No,
Yeah,
I didn't care about any of that. If you're a good person, I'd be
yeah. We were
friends with
vibing
you.
with them. Yeah.
Yep. So that translates into when I was in high school, I was able to sort of be the class, the they call it the informal class president. Because there's the formal class president where everybody voted you to be it. Ketua OSIS.
Yeah.
I couldn't be that because I was always being called to the principal's office.
They're like, we can't let that happen.
Yeah, so school-related activities. This guy, shout out to Aji, he's always the guy that's always like the face, but I'm right there behind him. Anything outside of school-related activities, that's me.
Yeah.
You know, so that's the funny part because I moved away in junior, as a junior, and then when my class graduated in the school and in the yearbook, they actually nominated me still after I was gone for a year as like basically the guy.
Wow, him. He's him.
I'm him.
He's him.
No. But that was that because I always wanted people to just hang out with each other. Again, I played soccer, I played basketball, so I was one of those guys.
Yeah.
But I didn't just hang out with those guys.
Yeah. You want to be the bridge for everybody and just
totally.
Yeah.
You know, like what you would call the nerds or whatever. I would hang out with them and I didn't care. It's like I would just, you know, just gonna like even with the upperclassmen, with the younger classmen, I would just hang out with anybody.
I mean, that's amazing because when I went to school in Indo for 2 years, 7th and 8th grade, that's probably like the worst time to go because everyone's just bullying each other.
Yeah.
Crazy.
Yeah.
There's always that like class war, so to speak. You know, like this, like 7th, 8th, all that
Seniority,
stuff.
always.
So if you can find that one like upperclassman that connects it, oh man, it's such an amazing thing. I'm sure you were probably one of them for the underclassmen finding the little bridge. You know, how did you kind of connect that though? When there was like, I'm sure, especially back then, there was definitely times when people didn't want to have the bridge. Like, how did you maneuver around that with your charisma?
So speaking of that, it started from a girl.
Oh, here we go again.
That's my boy right here. Never stray away from that. But hey, I use what I have, bro.
Hey man, you got to, bro. You got to use your assets.
No, but so when I was in Indo, high school is only 3 years, right? So 10th, 11th, 12th. So when I was in 10th grade, the senior, the 12th grader, one of them liked me. You know, so
okay, player.
She and her friends would come to sort of like that area that, you know, me and my friends would hang out. Just to kind of like walk by and whatever and go, hi Yafi, and I go, hi Ka, or like hi sister, you know, that's how you address the older upperclassmen or whatever. So hello Ka, and then next thing you know, we start hanging out at school. So the boys, like my senior, like, hey, what's up with this? What's up with this? So and I played basketball as well, and I remember playing basketball with the upperclassmen. They try to like be extra physical with me because I was seeing this girl.
Yeah, they were jealous.
And then I would just show them what's up. Be like, okay, you know. And then that's how I kind of gained the respect. And then they started, what do you call it? Like, would hang out, and they would go, hey, Yafi, are you gonna come? I'm like, oh. They would invite me to their hangouts outside of school. So that's when it started happening, and but the juniors, I didn't really get along with them. So I actually, in our school, the culture is always like you hang out with 2 years above you or 2 years behind you.
Ah, interesting.
Yeah, so like in my case, the 10th graders, we didn't really hang out with the 11th grader. We hung out with the 12th. Because of that, a lot of my friends then. I remember there was one part where there was one time it was 3 of us was dating 3 seniors.
Wow, they got the Avengers over here.
Assemble!
Let's go.
Yeah, and then the juniors didn't really like us because they're like, oh, so you hanging out with the seniors? You think you're cool now?
Yeah.
I'm like, we didn't really care because they would make an event and not invite us.
Wow, petty. They
were petty, and then so in Indo, during Ramadan, they would have sahur on the road. Is when you wake up for breakfast before you start fasting. So sahur on the road, a lot of times includes you actually bringing food or whatever, or catering. You order catering, you eat it on the road, but you also give food to those in need on the streets. So they would have that. They would make that event and not invite us. So I said, oh, that's how you want to do it? So I initiated our own thing, and it ended up becoming more successful because I ended up inviting other schools. So it was like about 50 cars Theirs was like 10, 20 cars because it was just them.
Yeah.
I was like 50
They
cars who
pulled
had the
up.
pictures, and they got even more mad because I'm like, you don't
Wow.
want to invite us? All right, let me do our thing. But anyway, so I navigated that. I had the best time in high school in Indo. I get to experience the parade, the
Yeah.
convoys for our Independence Day. It's sort
Wow.
of like the ritual that we do. We drive from wherever our school is. We meet up with our
Mhm.
friends. And we drive to Monas, which is the
Yes,
national
sir.
monument, and then right there we meet with other high schoolers that drive or whatever, and then we hang out. That's how you know network and know other
Yeah.
people from other
So you were
schools.
part of Pramuka also,
Uh, uh,
like the Boy Scouts?
no, Pramuka, I didn't really get into it because I'm not really an outdoorsy person. The only time I'm outdoors is when I play soccer.
Yeah.
I like it. I mean, it's not like I don't enjoy it. That wasn't sort of my lane. I'm more of like, all right, get in my car, let's hang out, whatever. Let's go to the mall. I was like the basic guy.
Bro, and I love how Indonesians always go to the mall, bro.
Because it's hot.
Yeah.
That's what it is. Because I used to like wonder why do we like going to the mall a lot. I didn't realize that until I came here.
Yeah. Oh man, I forget how sticky it is, man. Like,
It was
humid
it was
too.
hot.
Oh.
It was hot. It's hot. So I get it. So the malls are huge. That's why we would always go to the mall. So I would always have the malls that I would go to every single weekend. It's
Which
like
one do you want to shout out to the people that
for sure. It's Pondok Indah Mall.
Okay.
As
Okay.
always, been going there since middle school. I would go with Bajai in middle school.
Yes.
Right after school. Anyway, and then so Pondok Indah Mall, PIM 1, PIM 2, you know, because there's like
Oh, the one,
four
two, yeah.
now.
Yeah.
There's four in that complex. 4 malls, all connected too. Anyway, so I would go there, and then we go to Cilandak Town Square,
Okay.
or Chitos, they call it. And then from there, we would go to Kemang.
Oh, you
hang
went
out.
everywhere, bro. You went to all
And then
of it.
and then you hit up other friends. Next thing you know, you go to Senayan. There's
Oh,
this
yeah,
street
Senayan
called
City. Mhm.
Asia Africa where kids would drag race their cars. So that's where I would go afterwards because we had this like car community
Yeah,
sort of
yeah.
deal. And then that's where the car meet would be. And then you just drag race, you just hang out there till like 3 in the morning, go home or whatever. So that was always my weekend.
Wow, look at he went to all the malls. Shout out to all the malls out there. Hope you guys are doing good.
Yeah.
I used to go to school in Kota Modern, like in Tangerang.
Oh, Tangerang, okay.
Yeah. So I went to SMS Sumarekon Mall.
Okay, I think I know, but I've never been.
That was one of my favorite ones, and then I forget the other one. I only remember just jumping into my friend's car. He was like, "Come on, let's go."
Yeah.
Like, I'm just coming. I'm like, "Okay, sorry, let's
Yeah.
just go with." Yeah, man, you're taking me back to the good old days, man.
Yeah, that was always fun, bro. And then like you didn't have any money,
Yeah.
so you're always like, all right, let's chip in for the gas.
Yeah,
and then,
yeah.
And after that, you only have enough food to like eat street vendors, the nasi goreng, the fried rice, and all that, and you just had the best time.
Mall. Yeah, exactly. And it was the best time.
I think that's the biggest difference in high school cultures in Indo versus here. Back there, ain't nobody had curfew. What is curfew?
What is that?
You know, here it's like if you're
that.
under 18, you're caught outside, you get,
someone's gonna call
someone's gonna call you or whatever. But there, I feel like it's funny because I feel like you're more independent because they allow you to drive already.
Oh yeah.
Well, not by law, but a lot of kids already started driving. At the very least, ride their motorcycle.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So you were already independent in that sense. You could drive, and then not your parents really like. At least none of my parents or my friends' parents cared that much. It was just like, all right, we're gonna hang out. All right, cool, see ya. Because that's how they were when they were young. So
I think that independence is like super important, bro. Because I was born in Norwalk, Connecticut, very affluent,
for sure,
not white people, more like clouded in.
Yeah.
And most of our time, our family would be like so tight knit together. Oldest of 6, so there's like so many of us, and like we stayed with cousins, and everything. But then we moved to Indo because of like some immigration stuff and family, all that stuff. At first, I hated it because I was like, man, this sucks, dude. Like I'm starting to get used to 6th grade in the U.S. I ended up going to a school where it was more diverse, more like African Americans, Brazilians, Hispanics. But I used to get bullied a lot for being the fat Asian kid. You know?
Okay.
But then I finally got the street cred when similar to you, like talking to some of the girls. Because I was chubby, but I still know how to talk. You know what I'm saying?
Okay, I see.
And then they're like, "Oh, Patty, you want to come?" And then you start getting with those relationships, and then randomly we had to go to Indonesia, and I'm like, damn, sucks, man. So 2 years of Indo, but it was probably the greatest experience of my life. That's when I really got out of my shell, got more independent because of doing random stuff like that. Going to the mall in the middle of the night, coming home late out of nowhere, like riding motorcycles with my friends
Yeah.
and homies, and that was like 7th and 8th grade, right? Like in here, they're like, "What do we do at 7th and 8th
Yeah, you
grade?"
take the bus here.
Exactly, yeah. And sometimes they don't. They're like, "I'll call my mom."
Or
Yeah,
your parents will
yeah,
take you. It's like
exactly, bro.
none
Yeah,
of that,
so
none of
I'm
that.
glad having that experience. I got to do that to my kids, to be honest, because like it's so like so valuable. Like you can't replicate that understanding of independence because I feel like I've gotten out of what is it? Haven't gotten into any trouble because I've understood the consequences for things because I got to try a lot of different things.
Yeah.
You know, when you're independent, and then when you realize stuff is messed up, you're like, okay, in the future, I'm just never gonna do this again. Uh, Thanks for touching the difference between the high school in Indo and the U.S. When you moved to the U.S., you said you were 16,
I was
17?
16, yeah, yeah.
And then you said 2 years back, bro.
Yeah, man.
What?
That was
How,
kind of
how did they let you do that?
well, because it's mainly because a lot of the credits didn't transfer. You know, that's probably why. So that was kind of tough. Because also you kind of mentioned something that I kind of had similar experience with. I had a girlfriend. I just started dating this girl. She was a baddie at the time. Dancer. She was already like coaching, like yeah, and everything. Cheerleaders, everything. You name
Everything,
it.
yeah.
Speaks French.
Oh
You name
my,
it. And
bonjour.
then yeah, bonjour, oui, oui,
Oui, oui,
oui,
oui,
oui. You know.
He's happily married. Don't touch
Yeah.
the weed.
No, this
Okay?
is just
This is
reminiscing
so
on the
real,
good old days.
reminiscing.
Anyway, and then so I started dating her and whatnot. I was getting that sort of like street cred. It's like, oh, she's dating you. It's like I couldn't believe it myself. But anywho, a few weeks or a few months later, that's when my mom came to us and like, we're moving to the States. I'm like, yo, what?
The timing is
I didn't really
crazy.
speak the language. She sent me to like English tutors and whatnot, but I never paid attention. I was never like a textbook person, like a school smart.
Bro, yeah.
Anyway, so moved to the States, and from there on, I just kind of had to literally reset everything. Like, started over from zero. I didn't know anybody. I didn't have my card. I didn't have money. I didn't know the culture, let alone the language. So it was tough, really tough. It was one of the darkest days of my life, I want to say. But soccer saved me, and so soccer mainly saved me, and that's a funny story too, because like I said, my language, I was still in ESL class. I was in ESL class. My English wasn't that great, and I remember the first week, if not the first day, actually, I was on my own. There was a few Indos, but it was scattered, and then a lot of them were, I think all of them were Indo-Americans. And a lot of them didn't really speak the language, which is kind of unfortunate. That's another topic for another day. But I was in a cafeteria. I remember this, alone, getting my lunch, my free lunch, and then I remember my soccer coach over the PA was saying, "If you think you know how to play soccer, show up tomorrow after school on the field." I'm telling you, I still don't know how I understood that whole thing, that whole announcement. He probably said something else, but that whole thing, I remember. I remember him saying, "If you think you know how to play soccer, show up tomorrow." I'm like, all right, okay. So that day, I came home and I kind of begged my mom, there's a soccer a tryout tomorrow. I don't have cleats. I remember my mom and I went to Big Five. I still remember where it is too. It's down in La Cienega. At the time, we didn't have any car, so we took the bus, got that pair of cleats, and I remember too, like, I picked one of the cheapest cleats because I know the dramatic difference between the life that I had in Jakarta to the life that I now had here in the beginning. I was like, wow, this is such a contrast. So I understood. I understood the assignment. So I was like, I picked one of the cheapest cleats. Showed up next day. One of the first names being called, written down, and then they're like, basically one of the first names to make it to the team made it straight to varsity. But the only thing that kind of held me back at the time was Ramadan. so I had to fast.
Yeah. Oh my God.
And I told my coach, like, hey, I was kind of I was afraid to tell him that I had to fast because I couldn't join the practice. The season started in October,
Yeah.
and at the time Ramadan went from August to like September.
Yeah.
Anyway, but I did it. So
Wow.
for the first 2 years, I was fasting and still practicing. I ran my mile.
Wow.
I did all the push-ups. My coach was not 100% about it because he was like, "Don't die on me now."
Yeah.
I'm like, "I'll be fine," and I just wanted to make the team, and
Yeah.
I
You
did
didn't want
it.
a lawsuit, huh?
No, yeah, but
Yeah.
because of that, I started playing soccer. I started, having a solid group of guys that I would hang out with.
Mhm.
That's when I started like learning the language
Of course,
more.
yeah.
I started learning Spanish a little bit, all the bad words,
All of them. All of them.
And that's when I started meeting this Hispanic girl. She was like, "Oh, you in soccer?"
Okay.
I'm like, "Okay,
Hola,
you're varsity."
mami.
I'm like,
Yeah,
"Yeah,
hola, mami.
what's up, mama?" And then, so dating her too also helped me with
There
the
we go.
language.
Mhm.
And
That helps a lot too, man. I learned a little Spanish because I dated this Puerto Rican girl too.
hey,
Hey, hola,
spicy.
mami. You know what I'm saying?
There's actually a funny story if I have time to tell you
please,
this. So,
I gotta.
again, so this girl, we were in the same class. I was wearing, it was game day because I don't know if you know, but like basically during game day you
You
wear,
always wear, yeah.
you know what I mean? Your warm ups to
You
school.
got to. Go on.
And so this girl started talking to me, and she was like, "Can I get your number?" And I was like, yeah, sure." Anyway, that night we were on the phone for approximately about 2 hours. Yeah,
What,
dude.
dude?
First night, right? And then so anyway, we started dating. Fast forward a year later, our anniversary.
Wow. What?
And so we were sitting down, and she said, "I have a confession to make."
Oh,
And I
God.
go,
I'm scared, bro.
confession? What is this?
Yeah.
It's like, yeah. Do you remember that first time we were on the phone, like we talked for almost 2 hours? It's like, yeah. What about it? It's like, what is this? What's the confession? It's like, yeah. So I didn't really understand what you were saying. I was like, what?
Yeah.
Mind you, this was like my first year
Yeah.
in the States. So again, like I was in ESL class, and this girl was born and raised in LA, Hollywood.
Yeah.
So obviously she spoke perfect English. And she just said, "I didn't really understand what you were saying." I'm like, "For 2 hours?" It's like, "Yeah." And I was like, "So why did you stay? Why did you stay on the phone with me?" It's like, "Because you seem like a good guy and I really like you." And I was like, "Whoa.
This guy's the Rizzler. He don't need to speak the language. He don't need to speak the language. He got the love language.
Hey.
Bro, that's insane.
No, that was real. That was real.
Bro, oh,
was
man. Real. I got to learn from you, man. Shout out to all the... Man, but that's crazy. She's a real one, too. Shout out to her. She's doing well, healthy, all that stuff.
Yeah. It's all that it's all that like talking with all the tukang sate and all
the you know how to just
connect. You just gotta like talk, But anyway, yeah, that's what happened. And well, yeah, having dating her and then the soccer, that's why it's gonna save my life too, because a few of my friends that was in my ESL class tried out to soccer. They didn't make it. They ended up being in the streets, and I'm talking about like, being in a gang. Hopefully this guy still around with us, but he also saved me a couple of times in the street. But that sort of experience is also valuable. Yeah, and that's what kind of like got me around through high school, playing with soccer. So I actually hung out with a lot more Hispanic and Black people because I ended up playing volleyball after that, and then I played other sports and as well, and then I played basketball as well. I didn't make the team because I went to Fairfax High.
Oh, bro.
It was one of the top basketball schools in LA.
And also the competition, man. They're like minimum 6 feet tall.
But if you were in the team, I could cook you.
No.
If you were in the team, then no. If you were not in the team, I would play like blacktop basketball.
Yeah,
you know how it is? I would cook you. They'd be like, "Oh, what does Asian guy know?" I'm like, "Don't make me embarrass you."
You know, that's our benefit too, bro. We're unassuming. They don't think we can play Kahoot, but they don't know where we're from. We're from around the way.
And also, like, I'm Javanese.
There we go.
I'm Javanese, and a lot of our culture is always telling us to be humble. So I always downplay a lot of things. Like, do you know how to play soccer? A little bit.
Sometimes.
Or like, do you know how to hoop? We'll see.
Yeah,
and so like I don't.
That is so Japanese.
That's one of the. It may not seem like it now, but that's how I always am. throughout my years. So I don't. That's one of the biggest difference that I see because a lot of my American friends at the time was like, "Yeah, I know how to hoop,"
Yeah,
and they
too
don't.
boastful. Yeah, and they don't. Yeah, you're
And
saying.
it's like okay, cool. And they're like, "Yeah, I play soccer, bro. This and that." I'm like, "Oh, okay, cool." Anyway, so that's kind of sort of how I made it through high school, and I get to experience the real prom night, grand
Yes, that
night.
must have been fun,
What is
man.
it?
Homecoming, all that.
Homecoming
Yeah.
dance. So all in all, I got very unfortunate. I'm very fortunate, not unfortunate. Fortunate enough to be able to experience the best of both worlds. Going to high school in Indo and going to high school here, and now I have a lot of local friends um, that oftentimes work in all these places. And when I
Yeah,
visit, I get free stuff.
we love that. Yeah, that's the best
The
part,
hookup, and yeah. So now I'm here.
bro. We have a lot of funny parallels. I'm not gonna lie to you. I also went to a high school where it was more how you say I won't say problematic, but there was a lot of like some gang violence.
Ghetto?
Ghetto.
You
Put it
say
as
ghetto?
ghetto. Okay.
Okay.
It was Bridgeport, Connecticut Central High School. Shout out to my Hilltoppers out there.
Yo,
I
okay.
did end up being class president, surprisingly,
Oh, okay.
as an Asian guy for bro. I'm telling you, just like all black, Hispanic, Jamaicans. I should date a Jamaican girl too over there.
Hey, hey.
That's how I got the street cred. It
Okay.
goes back to the
Okay.
street cred.
Okay.
But unfortunately, I did see some of my friends like that went to the gang path
For
and
sure.
everything, and I hope they're doing well. But it taught me also, like we were talking about earlier, like to stay out of trouble from that stuff because it might have been. It looks cool for a second, right? Because you're flashy, you're having fun, everyone's like around you, whatever. But hey, it's it's a wild time. It's a rodeo out there, and people are selfish out there.
Because a lot of the times I feel like we're just looking for the human connection,
Yeah.
that
Yeah.
family. Even when you end up joining a gang or whatever, what they look for is actually the sense of family.
Yeah.
And again, because your parents are too busy working or whatever, so you look for that sort of family feeling. And unfortunately, oftentimes you get that in that sort of environment.
Yeah.
Me, I'm glad enough to have made the team, so I found what I was looking for in that sense from the soccer team.
A good outlet from the sports.
You know what I mean? And so I just, I got lucky from that.
You're
From that
shooting
sense.
soccer balls and not shooting guns, okay? Shout out to that, America,
So.
And then you ended up going to Santa Monica College, right?
Yeah, so I spent a little bit, a few years in Santa Monica, SMC. Shout out to SMC.
SMC.
That's when I started meeting a lot of international students that are from Indo, a lot of Indonesians. SMC used to be like a lot of Indos. Like if you go to cafeteria, there's always the same table where a lot of Indos would always hang out because you would hear somebody saying
all the tea, bro, right?
Yeah, it's like, oh, Indos, all right, and then you would just hang out there, and then so there's that.
And you were a communication
and media studies.
Wow, you and me are twins, bro. I did communication as well, bro.
Legit.
For me personally, it was the easiest degree. So that's what I had to do, to be honest. What made you pick communication, bro?
I actually switched around a lot from I wanted to do psychology.
Okay.
But I didn't want to be crazy. So I was like, oh, you know what? No offense, but I don't think I had the mental capacity to go through with it. So I switched to photography because I still love photography. But I was like, you know what? Nah, I think that's more of a hobby. And then I think somebody told me, it's like, try communication, take a look at it, take some classes, see if you like it. You like to talk. And then I was like, you know what? Let me try this. And then so I like that one. And so I was like, media studies, I love that too. Marketing and whatnot. I love that aspect of things, how to sell things, how to market certain things. So, and the girls were pretty in those classes.
Absolutely, so, man.
I
love my public speaking class. You know what I'm saying? My public speaking. Woo! If you know, you know. Shout out to rhetoric. Oh man.
So that's where it is. But yeah, I didn't finish. I finished the what do you call the AA degree, but I didn't get to transfer because I got a job offer, and at the time I was paying it with my own money because I didn't qualify because I was undocumented for a while. I didn't qualify for a lot of those grants and stuff. But yeah, like I said, I got a full-time job offer. I ended up taking that and never
ran with it. Yeah, no, absolutely.
It kind of ran with it.
Yeah, that's a whole other thing. All the crappiness when like you can't get this because you're not qualified for, like, come on now. And then you see the people that aren't taking the opportunities.
Yeah.
Oh man, that's like a rant for me personally too. I'm like, bro,
Yeah.
what? You have all the opportunities in front of you. You just have to say yes.
Yeah.
You know. So man, well, it led you over here, man. And
Yes, sir.
let's talk about the origin story of your YouTube channel.
YouTube.
Anak LA, man. I saw one of your first videos was 8 years ago, maybe.
Oh yeah, but that was like whatever. That was like a whatever video.
That was like you doing some soccer practice stuff.
Yeah, that's when I was coaching at my old high school.
Oh, okay.
At Fairfax, I was the assistant coach.
Nice.
So I was coaching the JV and an assistant coach for the varsity. So I did that, but I knew I wanted to start, but I didn't know how to start, where to start, and whatnot.
Yeah.
So I just kind of started it. Even so, and then after that, I kind of took a quick break. Right? If you saw like on my page, there's a gap there.
Yeah.
And until I started actually like with the Anak LA, because it wasn't called Anak LA back then.
Oh,
it was just like my name or something.
Oh
like
yeah.
Yeah, it was just my name, like Yafi Fayruz, whatever. And then and I changed it to Anak LA because I feel like I needed something. And Anak LA means LA kid, because I am.
Yeah.
So the main reason is that those early years when I moved here, the loneliness, the feeling of you just nobody understands what you're going through but you, you know, and because of that you feel the loneliness. So I don't want that for anybody else, and I know that there's a lot of Indonesians that are out here busting their behind, away from their family, who oftentimes just thinking that your life is all sunshine and rainbows. They're just asking for money. They don't know you're, you know, you're.
Bro, you speak it to me straight up, bro.
You're busting your butt, like washing dishes, do whatever it is. You're working multiple jobs, you name it, and then you feel the loneliness. And if you live in LA, there's a big Indonesian community here. We have the biggest Indonesian population in the States.
Wow.
But I know a lot of Indonesians in North Carolina, Kansas, those random places that I bet you feel lonely.
Connecticut, bro, there's not a lot. I'll tell you that much.
So when I started this, I wanted to be your friend on the internet.
Wow.
That's why I talk the way I talk. That's why I speak Bahasa in the channel.
Yeah, and I love that you do that, bro, because also I think people need to learn it more too, especially I don't want to throw shade, but to the Indonesian Americans, please learn the language, because I was one of them that did not know the language, and it did take me some time. I had to go to school to Indo, but it's so much easier to learn it. Just listen to Anak LA. That's it. That's it. Just watch all the episodes.
And
then talk to us. We'll call, maybe consulting call.
Totally. I mean, that whole topic, I think we could do a whole nother podcast about that. Because I have a pretty strong stance about that as well. But yeah, I just at least wanted to be there for those Indonesians that are away from their homeland, away from their family. I have a good friend who has been away from his wife for as long as the daughter has been alive. So he wasn't even there when the daughter was born until up to this point. He hasn't been back. You know, he's just been working. And then I'm like, to what end? But anyway, that's them. But my point is, they feel lonely. So I want, when people watch me, I want them to think, I feel like I know you already. You know what I mean? So like, hopefully I've achieved that. You know, when you watch my channel, I talk like how I would talk. Like I try to be one of the guys. You know, when I'm talking, when I joke around, I'm very warkop oriented, like Dono Casino Indro oriented. That sort of komeng, if you know those Indonesian comedians. That's sort of like where I got my sense of humor. So yeah, again, back to it, is that sort of deal with how I would like to present myself. And then I have my story, but I also that there's a lot of Indonesians out here with stories, which is why I started transitioning to telling their stories. You know, what are the struggles? You know, what is life really like here in the States for these Indonesians specifically? That's where it is. That's where it started.
Well, shout out, more flowers to you again, man. When I was watching all your stuff and then met you I just met him yesterday in person, guys.
Yes, sir.
It's literally like the same, bro. It's kind of crazy. I was like, because you can never tell, you know, online people put like a presence up, and then when you meet them in person, they're like, what's that in English? Munafik? like
Um,
a little
I don't know,
bit.
but I get it. Yeah,
You know
you
what I'm
put
saying?
a
Like
persona.
yeah,
It's
yeah,
like a
yeah, yeah.
personality
It's
almost.
especially like in the Hollywood vibe, whatever. But bro, you're so humble. You're funny as hell in person, man. Your jokes, man. I love that you mentioned the jokes because I think your recent episode where you go to Biola
Yeah, yeah, yeah,
University,
yeah, yeah.
bro. There, you guys have to watch the video. But the part when your friend is seeing the soccer guy,
Yeah.
and then you're like making a joke like, "Hey, watch out!" Like he's trying to show you off a little bit, you know,
Yeah, yeah,
trying
yeah,
to show a little bit of
yeah, yeah.
extra to you, and you know, like I love that little teasing, like the sibling teasing,
Yeah, of course.
you know, like
Yeah.
I
She's
love
like my
that,
little
bro.
sister, so I'm
Yeah,
like, this guy, I know. I was
yeah,
there.
yeah, yeah,
I was that guy.
we were just talking about it. He was
Yeah.
that soccer guy trying to
Yeah,
get.
no, I was that guy
You
before
were
I
the
try to
soccer
show
guy,
off. It's like, I
yeah.
get it, but it's like, I want to see, really specific with soccer. I'm like, okay, let me see what's up.
Yeah, no, man, that was so funny, man. I love all the episodes, man. You guys gotta tune
Thank
in.
you.
It's Anak LA, ANAK LA on
LA. Yeah.
YouTube.
If you type my name too, it'll come up.
Yeah,
Yeah,
there's a
man.
lot of good ones. I gotta watch. You also saw. I also saw you have a friend that works at Meta also.
Yeah, Tanya. Yeah,
I think
Tanya.
I've met her once
TK.
or twice. I can't
TK. Okay.
remember. I can't remember. Everything's a blur. There's so many Indonesians out there, and
Yeah, no, TK. She's out here,
yeah, perfect,
right?
man.
She's here. She's actually one of my earlier friends. She actually went to the same elementary school and middle school as me, and
That's
then she hit
crazy,
me
dude.
up through Facebook
Uh-huh.
early on, and then we became friends, and then we kind of went separate ways, but we're still stay in touch. And then she's at Meta now, and
Bro, that's crazy, dude. I saw how everything is like connecting in a weird way. It's like,
yeah, just gotta go with the flow. But also, like, for those of you that don't speak the language, I can't specify this. I can't. Oh my god, it's so, I don't know, because there is a feature where it says that can do auto translate
oh my
to
god, yeah,
English.
yeah.
I speak very fast and I use a lot of slang, so maybe the translation is not 100% correct, but you can get the gist of it. You get the context what I'm talking about when you hit the auto translate. So, because I know that a lot of, like, my wife's friends and whatnot,
Yeah, yeah.
they're like, oh, which is great because they just watch it without the auto
Yeah.
translation. And they just go, oh yeah, we watch it in full. I didn't understand what you were saying, but it was fun. I'm
Hey,
like,
it's just like the girl, man.
hey,
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 hey, come on, that's what we do out here. That's the Indo way, right?
yeah. But I'm
That's
just
the
saying, like,
Riz.
for those of you Indonesians, not
Yeah.
Indonesian, there's always that auto translate. You go to setting, hit that auto translate into the language,
Mm-hmm.
and then you'll be there.
Yeah, or like just you can listen to his lovely voice for 2 hours.
Hey,
Was it 2 hours? Right? She was calling you. You said?
yeah, 2 hours, 2 hours, 2 hours. Yeah.
And I wonder if she listens to your podcast, Noche. That's the tea.
Oh my god, that's man, that's been a while.
That would have been crazy.
Yeah.
Imagine. You do have a podcast too, right?
Yeah, that I need to, like, start doing again more
Don't worry,
consistently.
man. What's it about? And tell them what that word means.
Ngoche means literally just talking, but the
Yapping.
yapping, like,
yeah.
like
Modern day, I'd say it's yapping.
The content, yapping. I think is a better word. It's literally, there's no topic, especially when I was with Adit and stuff. There's a lot of episodes that are not PG, because that's how I like to do things. Because we've mentioned it earlier, the world is crazy. There's a lot of crazy things out there. Your bills never stop coming. Every now and then you just need to get away a little bit. Just talk about whatever. Just chopping it up. Talk about girls. Talk about I didn't never. We never shy away from that topic.
I know.
Sometimes we dive too deep.
Yes.
But that's how I like to do things. But every now and then we try to, keep it serious in a way. But literally, there's no topic. When I go, it's like, what are we gonna talk about? I'm like, just let me handle it. Just be there, and that's it. So it's just me figuring out whatever it is I have in my mind or whatever bothers me at the time. That's it. That's pretty much it.
It's great. And where can they find it? On Spotify, right?
Yeah, it's on Spotify. I'd say mainly Spotify, or I think wherever you can get your podcast, it's there.
That's awesome, man. No, I love listening to some of them. I'm like, this guy kills me, bro. Because sometimes I have the same thoughts too. I'm like, sometimes you just gotta start yapping. Let it out there into the world. You never know who's gonna listen to it.
Totally.
And then bring the good energy out there. Sometimes we talk. Was it like chopping it up? I love chopping it up with anybody.
Yeah.
That's what it's about. Like you with the satay people. See?
Totally. Yeah.
That's what it's all about. Connecting with human beings.
Yeah, because they're humans, and a lot of the times the mainstream media won't cover their story, and I believe that everybody has a story. Everybody has a struggle. Everybody is going through something,
Yeah.
and a lot of times, to be listened to is all
Hmm.
they need.
And then having that like platform is super important, man. Meeting all these types of people. I know you've done a lot of different jobs.
Yeah,
Security was one of them.
yeah.
Man, interesting. In LA,
LA. I've
how
always
was
lived in LA, by the way, ever since I moved.
how was that life as a security guard in LA, man? That must have been wild, huh?
No, but yes, it was. Well, there's a lot of wild stories because I did a museum. That wasn't that bad.
Okay.
It was mostly just me falling asleep when there's no guests,
Okay.
and some of the paintings
Yes,
near the
yes.
paintings just
Make
falling asleep.
sure.
But when I made the transfer to Trader Joe's, that's when it became
Trader
fun.
Joe's
Yeah,
security. What?
yeah. So at the time, there's a lot of stealing going on. So I worked for this company that got hired by Trader Joe's.
Mm,
So I would move. I've been to almost every single Trader Joe's there is in LA.
wow.
I know almost at least one or two people at every Trader Joe's in LA because of that job.
How long
Uh,
were you working for that?
that one was a while, at least I want to say about 5 years.
5 years.
Yeah,
Okay.
because that was easy, but it was fun.
Unique. You always met new people, right?
Met new people, met new customers, and then and then I was mainly there were some. So I had my main store, which is in Beverly Hills,
Hmm.
and then it had two security, one by the gate, one by the wine section or alcohol section.
Yeah, yeah.
And I was there, right there by the
Okay,
wine
okay,
section,
okay.
and I would listen to the wine experts, showing and guiding all the customers, so I kind of gained some knowledge.
Wow.
So when that guy wasn't there, and there's like a nice looking individual, and be like, hey, can I help you with something? And then I guess my vibe is open enough or
Yeah.
like friendly enough that they, oh, you know what? I'm like, what do you want? What are you looking to get?
What up?
You having steak? Yeah, there's a lot of carbonara. I mean, carbonara. See, it's been a while.
He's hungry. He's hungry.
I am. Like carbonate, and then, or if you want something else, what would you like? Seafood? You want to go with white wine? And
What's
things like that?
this guy? Man.
Sweet. So I was an
Wow.
expert. That's so you gain knowledge, and I gain a lot of friendship over the years, and then I learned kind of how the business worked a little bit, and then and then catching a lot of before Beverly Hills, my main store was in Hollywood, Hollyweird.
Yeah.
A lot of things happened there. I had to like chase after people running with alcohol,
Oh my god.
literally
dude.
tackling down people. Like they would. I remember this guy one time. Was it a Belvedere? I forgot. It was a bottle of Belvedere. He would just like he would grab it, stick it under his pants, so it would like stick out over here. I'm
Yeah.
like, first of all, you're a white dude. That's too big.
You're
It's not. It's not. That's
Yeah,
a bottle.
yeah, come on now.
That's a bottle.
Like, I know. I know game. Like, that's not-
And then so like, but then the policy was always like, you can't stop them until they walk out.
Whoa. So you was ready.
Yeah, so like I would follow them, or sometimes I would tell my coworker, stand by outside.
What
'Cause we had the thing, the radio,
Yeah,
whatever,
okay,
like
okay.
stand by outside. This guy right here, Belvedere. All right, cool. And then so that would happen, and then we would just have to make sure if we were to chase somebody, we would have to notify the manager, or as they call it, the captain, like the manager of the store. So we'd go with them. So yeah, there's a lot of stories.
Damn,
like that, man.
dude. Bro was playing football. He's like, before two.
Yeah.
The second they cross the line, they're like,
Yeah. There's those people,
Yeah.
and then there's the elderlies that take advantage as well,
Really?
because they're very unassuming.
Yeah, yeah.
You wouldn't be able to tell. You'd be surprised the number of people that are stealing, that are, how do you say it in a PC way, that you would think would steal versus that you wouldn't think would steal. Those people, they steal more. Oh yeah, dude. Oh yeah. They would buy some stuff, but then they would squeeze in
one or two
cheese.
things. Yeah, and then
like some petty stuff too. It's
in
like,
they would do like in Indo was like bagabego gitu. You know what I'm saying? Like
act stupid.
Yeah, act stupid. Literally just
Like,
be like,
I'm sorry.
I'm
I'm like,
sorry, $50 worth of
like you're only
gift
sorry
cards.
'cause you're,
or
yeah, because
something.
you're caught. That's why you're sorry. That's what it is.
Damn, man.
But yeah, so there's that. That was fun. And then, but yeah, that lasted for about 5-6 years, and I got pretty close with a lot of the managers. And yeah, so if this doesn't work out, I can always work at Trader Joe's.
There we go. Shout out Trader Joe's. You got your employee of the year. Okay?
There you go.
Saving
I feel like
everybody.
I have the personality to work at Trader Joe's. So
Trader Joe's is a fun vibe, man. Wow, security, man. And you had to get like a guard card. What was the whole
guard card,
process like?
guard card. That one was easy. It was like you
Easy?
just take a test and pay, and that's it.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, I didn't want to get the gun license because I didn't want to work at those places that would require, like the
Yeah.
arm license. I'm like, I don't need that. I don't
Yeah,
want to work
yeah.
at a bank. It's like, nah. I've seen too many
Yeah, too many TV
movies.
shows and movies.
Yeah, like
I'm good.
what if Joker comes in?
Yeah, I know. You're
They
like,
have
dude,
no mercy. I'm like, nah. Let me
I'm
go
good.
at Trader Joe's and
Yeah, the
like,
worst you have is some old guy stealing some cheese and maybe
yeah.
a tackle or two, a couple seasons.
But
You're a
that's
football
nothing.
player at that point.
Yeah, like that's nothing. A lot of times, 99.9% people are super
Yeah.
nice. They're super nice. Yeah.
No, shout out to the security people because when I first moved to LA, bro, I had to do all the like random jobs. That's what I'm
Yeah,
telling you. We have a lot of
yeah,
similarities,
yeah,
bro.
yeah.
So I used to work for Squid Games, like this experience thing near the Grove
Oh, cool.
at CBS, right? Doing like the front of house and
Oh,
some of
really?
the back of the house stuff. So
That's fun.
parking, sometimes like telling people to come to the gate, and then some in-game stuff, which is really cool, like setting up the different games, pressing the buttons, making sure like a trap door would go and like
Cool.
all that crazy stuff.
Yeah.
So you got like you meet some crazy celebrities like Will Smith, give me a fist bump. That's my boy
Okay.
now.
You didn't slap, you did?
Yeah, no, that's what I was like. I was like,
yo.
I was like,
Hey.
what's up, bro? Hey.
He walked past you, you go.
He's like, my fault.
Hey.
I'm sorry, sir.
Anyway.
I didn't say anything. But bro, I was super tight with a lot of the security over there, like CBS and also like from the Netflix experience, and everyone's just like such a good vibe, and that's why I'm glad you also did all those experiences too, because you realize we're all human, man. We need to make money for our families, for ourselves, to have a fun time. And it doesn't matter if you're a security guard, if you're someone that works in the bank, someone that works at Trader Joe's. We all just try to have a fun time.
Yeah.
And I think people just need to try those different jobs too, because I moved, I think, damn, 2 years ago actually. So yeah, it was crazy. Just kind of having like a little reset also and a refresh and everything. Already having my college degree, I was like, damn, what am I gonna do? And I was just like, hey, I'm moving to Hollywood. Gotta make money somehow. Take these jobs. Craigslist was great. I don't know if you tapped in there.
Not really, but yeah.
Craigslist, I got some random gigs there, like doing like running coaching.
That's cool.
I did a game show because of it, bro, randomly. So Craigslist, shout out Craigslist, sponsor the Patty Show.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? I was gonna do the guard card thing eventually, but I ended up working at a Mexican restaurant. I was like,
okay, gotcha.
I think this is safer for me. I'm too scared. I don't know. I can't.
No, people want action. I'm like, I don't want action. I just want to chill.
Yeah.
I'm that type of guy too, because I'm like, I don't want. It's like, you want to work in Hollywood? I'm like, no. Do we have Beverly Hills or Silver Lake?
Yeah. I just want the simplest stuff.
Yeah,
maybe like the.
Some people, they work that because they like the action. I'm like, I actually like it when there's nothing going on.
And just relaxing.
And you just eat all the samples.
There we go. Shout out to the samples.
Yeah.
You also were a logistics manager?
Yeah.
Bro, what is this about, man? Sofa Mania? What is it?
Yeah, Sofa Mania.
Yeah, what is that?
Nice research, bro. Yeah, no. So after the Trader Joe's, one of my my coworker's girlfriend was one of the managers at this company.
Yeah.
And I was just like asking, like, hey, do you think your girlfriend's company is hiring? It's like, oh, let me ask. It's a start. At the time, it was still a startup almost. Like, it's early on, like 5-6 employees, including the warehouse people. So that's only 6.
Yeah.
So I was like, let me give it a try. And then so they said, yeah, come in. So I tried it. Funny because they actually put me as a customer service. So not me. I'm not a desk job type of guy because I got caught falling asleep. First day, bro.
First day, bro. You crazy,
by that coworker's girlfriend. Shout out to Irene. I love you. I miss you. Irene and Coco.
Yes.
They both. I love them both. I haven't seen them in a while, but yeah, Irene called me. It's like, are you falling asleep? I'm like, I have narcolepsy. I was like, oh, are you serious? I'm like, yeah, it's no, but there's no call, and I was just doing whatever it is, and I was just, my bad. It's like, anyway, few weeks, and I had to come forward and say, I don't think this one is for me. Give me something that's a little bit more active, where I have to move a little more. Anyway, they moved me down to like, I placed the orders, and I would have to walk to the warehouse. So that's kind of like the logistic part. And then I guess my personality and the way I carry myself and the way I kind of organize the shipment and whatnot kind of bummed me out. After 6 months, I got promoted already. to the management
Yeah.
position, and because but after 6 months I already understood how the
Yeah.
business works because it was such a small company, and my boss at the time, Abraham, he was very trusting, and he kind of allowed me to like make my mistakes and learn and grow from it, and that's how I kind of
Went
climbed
up the
that.
ladder. Yeah.
Yeah, just gotta. That's it from there, and then he actually offered me like, "You want to be the warehouse manager too?" I'm like, "I
I'll
don't say
take
no. I don't say no. Let's go." So, but then after I took that over, so I was holding two jobs, two titles, so to speak. That grew. That grew.
Like
That grew to
exponentially.
be too big for me to handle. That's when I kind of gave up the warehouse manager position because I'm like, it's too much, and a lot of our employees was Hispanic, and I didn't really speak. I just know the bad words. So I kind of, and then there's this guy that's been a senior in the warehouse.
Yeah.
So I was like, I think you should promote this guy Pedro. And then so he and I are now like at the time like we were tight, so we worked together. He's much older, but he's so experienced,
Yeah.
and then the fact that he's an older Hispanic person, a lot of those guys would respect him more.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
Versus me, and they'd be like, pinche chinito. Be like,
Yeah.
I'm like, hey, this chinito was about to buy you a pizza, but I guess not.
I know. Guess no.
You know, but anyway, so I think I made the right decision, and then from there we kind of grew even bigger, and bigger, and so that's I learned how to move stuff. You know, fulfilling 300 orders a day.
Wow.
On like what are those websites like Wayfair and Amazon?
Wait for like the purple one.
Yeah.
The furniture.
Wayfair, and
Actually,
then
I think one of there might be a Wayfair piece here. Actually.
Yeah?
Probably, bro. I can't lie to you.
Yeah, like Amazon. Even then, towards the end, we got into Walmart as well.
Wow.
Yeah,
dude.
yeah.
Oh my god.
But during this time, like Christmas, Thanksgiving, tax season, those are the worst. Or Prime Day.
Crazy, huh?
Those were like 12-hour, 13-hour days for me as a manager. I have to, because 300 orders, that's the average. On those high season, it's like 600-700 orders in one day. And we would have to hire the seasonal workers, and I have to step in. I would actually have to like appoint my assistant to take over my position, so I can go down in
like
the warehouse and get down and dirty. I would climb up all these things. Oh, I was so fit.
Wow.
I was so fit. Just be like Peter Parker. Just boom,
boom.
tossing out everything. Oh yeah. So that was, but I did that because I wanted to learn how things move. I learned the where we would get the stuff, which is from China, and then dock in San Pedro. How long, the timing and everything is always like. And then of course, like as a business owner, my boss would always want to get more orders. Only 700. I'm like, what do you mean 700? Can we get 10? Like 1,000 orders? I'm like, no.
He's like, bro, you see what I'm
talking about? Like, I'm barely, But I learned a lot from there. So yeah, I did that, and I think that was very, very valuable for me.
Wow, man. And you were doing YouTube too while doing that at the same time?
No, not really. No, not that one. I wanted to. I feel like I should have started. I could have started, but I didn't. It's like one of those like could have, should have, would have. But I didn't know. It was my time was occupied by that, and on the weekends I just want to blow some steam.
Yeah.
Like, all right, drinks on me.
Drinks on me. There we go. Pizza and drinks.
Yeah.
There we go.
No,
the nice ones.
Yeah, that was the time where it was just I was making decent money, comfortable, but then towards the end I wasn't feeling fulfilled because I knew that wasn't what I wanted to do.
Yeah.
So, but at the time it was such a good lesson. I had a good experience.
Yeah. And then when did you transition like more full time into like the YouTube stuff and everything?
It was after. So after that, the whole furniture stuff. There was a gap there between that, and I was supposed to. So I did mention I was undocumented. I was supposed to get all my paperwork towards the end of the year, whatever year that was. So I had quit that job, thinking, all right, my paper's gonna
be coming. Yeah,
it's gonna be coming. I wanted to try soccer right away. I knew I was gonna go into that field, but my papers got delayed.
Oh no!
So I was like, oh no! I can't take that job yet. So during that gap, I learned that I need to still make money. Even though I had savings. So I worked at different restaurants. That's when I'm like, you know what? I have a little bit more time. I started doing YouTube here and there, and I
Wow.
started when I started coaching soccer.
Yes.
Anyway, my papers came. I started coaching soccer. That's when I'm like, you know what? I kind of want to document this. Started, and then I wasn't consistent because I didn't have any guidance and whatnot, and so I stopped. During the pandemic is when I started um, kind of like honing in on it and like really like, you know what? I think I could do this. You know, so of course with the support of my wife as well. She's like, yeah, go pursue that. So I'm like, all right, cool. So I took the leap. I quit the soccer program I was in for, I want to say, about 6 years.
Wow.
I learned the ins and outs of that business.
Mhm.
That's how I'm able to create and start my own business. I kind of poach some of their clients. I hope none of them are watching.
That's how we do it, man. You know, I do that with the personal training, so I can't.
Yeah, no,
You gotta do
for
it,
sure.
man.
I'm like, oh, this
Yeah.
is my, my last week or whatever. Oh, yeah. Are you
Can I
gonna
still
still
work
be
with
coaching?
you?
I'm like, yeah, exactly.
Exactly. Can I
Here's
still
my
work with you?
contact.
Exactly.
Here's my contact. Here's my
Automatically.
contact. Here's my contact. So that's sort of
Mm-hmm.
now, like jumping into it is obviously scary. But I think at this age, I'm 36. At the time when I started, I was like 33 or something like that.
Mm-hmm.
If I wasn't gonna start then, I don't think I would have started at
Yeah.
36.
Mm-hmm.
So I kind of took that leap of faith, and I'm doing it right now.
Yes, sir, man. And you also do tours too, right? And
Yeah, every now and then I do. I do that. I get special guests from Indo coming here, and they know I know LA or the
like
states
the
in
back of your
general.
hand, bro. Yeah.
So yeah, so I would, depending on who the guest is, I sometimes become the tour guide and the driver, and
Mm.
I sometimes include in the package be the photographer as well, so I can make extra dough.
Yes, sir.
So yeah, I do that every now and then. Yeah,
Man,
but it's been a
hustling.
while. Now I have few people that can take on that job, so I just take the percentage of it.
Mm-hmm.
So I would forward it to some of my cousins, so they just take it.
Wow, that's so cool, man. At least you're doing a
So I
little
have
bit
my
of
crew now.
everything.
I have my
You got
tour
the
guide
crew
crew
right
as
there.
well.
Wow.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, I saw it from your Voyage LAR article.
Oh my goodness.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that was a really great article. I did one too, and your part though, man, when you were talking about how you like missed some like friends' graduations and
Oh.
like some funerals too because of not being able to go back to Indo.
Mhm.
I think that really touched me because my dad, similar to like your friend, he hasn't been back to Indo since I think I was born.
Mm.
So 28 something years,
Okay.
something like that. So that I was like, yeah, that's why we're working so hard for our pops right now. He's in the East Coast doing
For sure.
hibachi work and all this
Okay.
stuff.
Okay.
So that's why we're also hustling out there. So it's nice to see that there's also similar stories out there, and
Oh
we're
yeah.
not alone, guys. We have fun, good vibes. You can
Oh,
drink your
totally.
water, have a
Totally.
fun time.
Yeah.
All you need sometimes is a little refresh and resets. Let's get to our talking points. We kind of went all over
Yeah.
the place, but
Ah,
I love learning more about you, man.
thank you.
Our first talking point today, man, on passion.
Mhm.
Periodic pauses.
Yep.
Okay. How do you schedule resets to like reignite your passions?
That's a very good question. I think one of the, I don't want to call it a flaw, but it's sort of like it's in our DNA, especially me as an immigrant,
Mm-hmm.
to not take a break. So I've actually learned from my wife, who's a bit more American oriented, to take pauses, to be okay with that. So to answer your question, I don't schedule it, but I tend to listen to my body.
Mm-hmm.
I tend to listen to my brain. It's like, you're getting burnt out. Like, take a quick break. Then I listen to it. Then I do it.
Mm.
But I tend to like overwork myself. Again, I think that's just a part of it.
It's the grind and the hustle is hard to.
Yeah, but also because I enjoy it so much,
Mm.
I don't see taking a break. I'm not saying it's not useful,
Yeah,
but
yeah,
for
yeah.
me, it's like what Kobe said. Like, the goal is not the destination; it's the journey.
Mm.
So that journey in itself is so enjoyable that I'm like, all right, I don't feel the need to take a break, but when I do feel I need it, then I do take it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, bro, that's like I think my biggest struggle recently because I've been so blessed the past 2 years. I think my career for like acting and everything's doing
Hmm.
well, podcast. already on the 70s, so blessed and grateful for that, and like the personal training and everything.
Heck yeah.
It's just like it's hard because it's that like it's still work. Obviously, I'm sure like also
Yeah.
with like YouTube and everything,
Yeah,
it's still
yeah,
work. You gotta
yeah.
edit, you gotta film.
Yep.
Scheduling stuff is impossible. For anything. But it's like we get so much joy out of it. It's so hard to like stop.
Mm-hmm.
And I've had those little breaks every so often, like for the podcast and other stuff. I just feel weird
Yeah.
to take that break. But what is like that sign for you personally where you're like, man, I gotta just have one day I'm just like, that's it. Just laying down. Is there any signs that you notice personally where you're like, okay, this is my flag to be like, oh, if it's time to sleep or time to whatever? Is there any type of distinct signs for you personally?
Nothing that I can think of
Mm-hmm.
right on top of my head, but I think in the past, it's always when I feel like I've hit a wall.
Okay.
Um, because obviously, one of the biggest challenge, I'm sure you know this too, is consistency. Can you consistently upload once every week? And then when you want to take it up a notch, can you consistently upload two? But then when you miss one, you're like, oh no,
Oh, bro,
something's
yes.
going on. Oh, this. Oh no. And then
Ugh.
when I start saying that, when I start noticing the oh no, and then
Yeah.
oh my god, what do I do? Then I actually take that opportunity to, you know what, I could take a break. It's fine. You know, um, and then I just take a break. That's it. Like so there's nothing specifically
Mhm.
that I look out for. It's just, again, like when my brain tells me to take a quick break, I take a quick break.
Wow. And then having that like good self talk too, like you're talking to a friend, I think is really important because
Hmm.
a lot of times also when you're in the grind mindset, you always talk like trash to yourself, like, damn, Patty, what you doing, man? You gotta be up doing this, that.
Yeah.
But you don't talk to like that to your friends when they like, let's say, miss a day at the gym, miss a day at posting, miss a day at whatever. The main thing is obviously to get back on track because also
Hmm.
you don't want that to compound. Because I've also noticed I've had that happen to me too, like during COVID, for example.
Yeah.
You're like, oh, I'll work out later. It's a pandemic. I'll
Mm.
work out later. And then I ate too much Ben and Jerry's ice cream. Bro, bro, I was in RA on campus.
Yeah.
And everyone basically left. And then it was during COVID. So everything was still stocked. The refrigerator,
Oh.
the Bahia. It was dangerous,
Yeah.
dude. One night I come in with a plastic bag, bro.
Hmm.
Like 10 of different flavors. I think I've tried every Ben and Jerry's flavor.
That's
Sponsor the patty, so stop playing.
funny.
Man, there was one night I ate like 3, bro, by myself, man. It was just
Oh snap.
oh man. It was a tough time. But we're back. We're back. Personal trainer.
How do you get back into it?
Oh man. I kinda looked at myself in the mirror and I'm like, I don't recognize myself.
Okay.
And I think it helped with Zoom too. Not sponsored by Zoom, but like, having those Zoom calls,
Hmm.
they say the camera adds 10 pounds. I look like I gained 200 pounds.
Okay.
So, and I'm like, this is not right. I wasn't moving that well. I like playing like sports like basketball just for fun. And then I realized, damn, I'm really getting out of breath.
Okay.
I'm just like, I don't feel like myself. Like I'm still confident because I don't let my weight dictate it. But
sure.
when I'm like leaner and stronger, it's
Mhm.
easier to talk to people
Yeah.
that way. I'm sure you feel that way too. So
Mhm.
I kind of had that like that flag moment. Like, oh,
Yeah.
yeah. Also, my friends kind of noticed too, and I was like, but they did it in a nice way. But I was like, okay, I gotta get back into it, get back into the
Totally.
discipline because that can easily spiral super kind of quickly, man. But thanks for sharing that.
No,
Man,
for
with
sure.
your little
For sure.
tips, man. Our second talking point on pleasure now, mini retreats, kind of connecting to the whole like rest and relaxation. What's your favorite quick escape?
There's a few. I like playing the drums.
Oh,
So I have,
drummer. Okay.
yeah, I'm lucky enough to have an electric drum at the house.
Oh, those are cool, man. You just put the headphones in and
Yeah,
yeah.
exactly. So I don't know how to play the drums. I'm a self-taught person, a lot of things, and including the drumming part. Because I used to be in the bus just with the iPod on back in the iPod days. Shout out to iPod.
iPods, yeah. Oh, yeah.
And I'll literally be in the bus just
Uh-huh.
going like doing
Okay.
that.
Yeah.
Like people think I'm crazy or whatever, but I'm like start doing that. So I kind of just, now that I'm able to afford one and I have one, I'm able to just listen and know what is what, and I just start playing with it and just follow along. And when I play soccer, playing the drums, and even driving, take long drives. Those are my quick getaways because I feel like that's when I'm at the most peace.
Mm.
I forget about everything else that's outside of that perimeter. Whether it's playing soccer outside of the field, I don't think about anything. When I play the drums, outside of that, I don't care about anything else. It's just about, can I keep the rhythm?
Yeah.
You know, just worrying about that, and that's pretty much it. Same thing
Bruh.
with driving.
Wow. Soccer, bro, has been my escape too. I was never really good at soccer, but to be honest, I just started playing again like maybe 6 months ago, doing like pickup with my coworkers at Meta, and then my brothers. They did like the Tiki Taka corporate league.
Okay,
Yeah. My brother's been playing all his life basically. Like,
For sure.
he likes playing the wing. You saw him play. He just does the moves and the wingers.
Yeah.
I'm just like, I like watching. Ronaldo's my goat.
For
You know?
sure.
You know?
Yeah.
I'm more of a spectator, but then now I've been having more fun with it, and it's one of those things where you really are in the moment because that's the only way you can play good.
Yeah.
Because if you're not present, bro, someone's gonna tackle you.
Mhm.
You're gonna miss that shot. You're gonna you'll be dying from running too much. So that has been really good for me personally. Also the soccer. The driving though, I'm still not a fan of LA traffic.
Oh,
bro.
good. Yeah.
Do you listen to a lot of podcasts on the road? What do you do for those long drives, or is it just do you raw dog it like the airplanes? Have you seen that?
Every now and then, it's really rare because one of the scariest things for me is being alone with my own thoughts.
That's deep. That's deep right there, me too, man.
Yeah, I'm just gonna put it out there. There's a lot going on between these years. So I listen to, again, I try to keep things light. I listen to a lot of soccer talks, and I love stand-up comedy. So I watch a lot of specials, and I used to take this drive back about 10 years ago. I was seeing this girl up in the Bay. So I would, like, on Friday.
That's a long.
Yes, I would drive like after work. So I would go into work with all my clothes for the weekend and everything. After work, stop by 7-Eleven and take that drive.
Wow.
5 and a half.
Went to the Bay
hours.
to see his Bay.
Hey,
that's my boy. Yafi. Come on now.
And so like during that whole, either I'll be singing, doing karaoke by myself, or just listening to stand up. A lot of stand up comedy, because that's one of the things that actually helped me with English.
Yeah.
Because that at the time, stand up comedy was pretty foreign to Indonesia. Now it's different. Now the community is huge.
Everybody does it now. You see it.
Yep, exactly. But at the time, it was such a unique experience for me to see someone just standing alone with a mic that can entertain people just with gestures and stories, and that was always something that was very intriguing. So till this day, I enjoy it so much. So that's pretty much it.
Wow, that's a lot of cool stuff, man. I gotta try the
nothing too deep. Like I don't. Honestly, I don't. I know people like to listen to like certain podcasts or like crime podcasts or whatever.
Oh, I can't. But I hate that. So I get scared.
Yeah, so I'm like, I don't need none of that. My life is already scary enough. So let me just laugh and let me just laugh. Let me just enjoy. Let me learn something. Back when the Rogan Sphere was okay. I used to listen to a lot of him. Right before the pandemic. So.
Yeah, no, I know. Yeah, the whole road trip thing, man. Music is one of my favorite things. Like, Spotify, that new DJ feature. I don't know if you tried it.
Yeah.
Bro, I love it, man, because they know what I want and what I need every single time. I'm like, man, sometimes it's a little wonky. I feel like they need some help out there.
Just fine, yeah.
Sometimes fine. Spotify, if you need help, hit me up, But there's like, sometimes I'm like, I forgot I love this song, and it just randomly comes up, and then I'm just like singing top of my lungs, and 20 minutes feels like 2 minutes out of nowhere, and you're like, man, I'm in San Diego already, or whatever, kind of thing. And that's the blessing about being in LA. Like, even though it's like 2 hours to get to San Diego, or how long is it to the Bay? Like
5.5, 6, depending on how fast you drive.
It's like he's like,
if you drive like me, it's 5.5.
Maybe 5 if he has to get there early.
I mean,
depending on the day,
the timing, exactly.
To change the oil.
There you go. Hey, the need for speed.
The need for speed. I love that. It depends on the thing. Those are some really great tips. I might have to do that. I'm doing a quick little trip to San Diego next week.
Oh, for sure.
Of course,
that's a nice drive.
That's a good drive.
Scenic drive.
I love it. The first time I drove there, I was like, this is unreal. Yeah. It really made me just be more grateful with life. It's the little things.
It's always nice, especially when you're about to get there. You see the boobs. You know what I'm talking about? The boobs.
The
nuclear plant.
Yeah. I'm like, what?
They call it the boobs. If you're from LA, you know what I'm
You
talking
don't
about.
know.
When you're about to get there, you see the boobs. They call it the boobs. It's
And
the
that's a
nuclear
good sign
plant.
right there.
You can Google it.
Yes, please, please don't cancel us.
No.
Boobs.
That's what they call it.
That's the lesson
And
that
it's
you got
nice.
from me.
It's nice. It's
Once
like
you
the
see
view
the
is nice.
boobs, you're gonna have a good day.
Yeah, you're almost there. You're like, you got the legit Mexican food,
Oh yeah,
and it's like a
Tijuana's
more
right there too.
chill. Yeah, like it's a more chill version of LA almost.
Yeah, I know. I love it. I'm excited to go back. So that should be a fun one. Our final talking point, man, of the
Yes,
day:
sir.
positivity. We were talking a lot about positivity today, which I'm grateful for.
Hmm.
Letting go of guilt. Okay, our final question: how do you stop feeling guilty for taking those pauses that we were talking about?
Um, if I could be honest, it's something I'm still learning
Hmm.
how to do. Again, going back to me being an immigrant and feeling guilty, I feel like it's just in our nature because it's almost like you didn't come to the U.S. to take breaks. You come here to hustle and to better your future.
Yeah.
It's like you can. I used to say this, like you could sleep when you die.
Mm.
You sleep forever. Then
Yeah.
you can just keep going anyway. So not until, like I said, like I'm with Gail, with my wife,
Mhm.
that she's telling me like it's okay to take a break, because my demons is always telling me, why are you sitting down?
Yeah. Yeah.
Do something productive,
Yeah.
dude. Um, like you never know when it's gonna end. Just keep going. So
Yeah.
there's the constant battle of,
Hmm.
hey, it's okay, take a
Hmm.
break. Hey, don't be lazy,
Yeah.
keep going. So there's that. So it's something that I
Yeah.
still struggle, which is why when I feel like I need to take a break, I tend to steer myself towards things that I like doing, playing the drums. So you don't feel that guilty. At least, oh, let me learn something new.
Yeah.
Let me learn a new song.
Yeah.
So while I'm taking that break, I'm still being productive enough
I like that.
towards
I like that.
myself.
Yeah.
Like, oh, let me learn chop suey from System of a Down.
Hmm.
You know, as that way I can minimize or reduce the guilt.
Yeah. And you still feel productive because you're like, oh, you can talk to the
Exactly.
little demon and like, hey man, we're
Yep.
learning
Yep.
something new. It's all like positioning the different kind of things,
I
and the
think
same
so.
for soccer too. Like, oh, this is for my career too.
Yeah.
Coaching the kids, I can teach them a new skill and
Yeah.
all that. Wow, that's really good tip. I have to take that advice because man, you and me are similar. We have that mindset of like it's the Kobe one, where like Mamba mentality, man. You
Yeah.
just keep going, and I think older sibling too, right? Like that mentality, man.
Yeah.
Woo, you just gotta just
Because you have
keep
to be
going.
able to be okay with it, right? Be okay with taking a break. Be okay with just pausing for a
Yeah,
second. Like the engine can't keep running all the
yeah,
time. It needs to stop. It needs to
absolutely.
cool down a little in order for it to be able to
Man.
maximize its ability.
Yeah, the engine needs gas. It needs to change its oil. Don't
Hey,
forget that. It doesn't need water, but we need water. So please keep drinking your water. Where can we find you again, my brother?
you can add me on Instagram. It's at YA3Fs, and I have a separate one for the YouTube channel. It's Anak Los Angeles, ANAK Los Angeles. And
It's
then
three F's, right? The
yeah, my personal one where I'm most active is Yaf, YA3Fs. Yeah, triple Fs.
Yeah. Funny story. I looked up his name. And I think he gave me the one with two F's. And
Oh yeah,
it was like a random European. I was like,
I don't think this is
I
him.
was like, wait. I was like, wait a
Yes.
minute. I was
Typo, bro. My bad.
no.
My
It's the
bad.
funniest thing. I was like, oh.
Yeah, so there's that, and I'm trying to like dive deeper into TikTok because I know
Mhm.
that it's a good platform,
Yeah.
especially with the numbers and whatnot. So yeah, TikTok is under the same name, like Anak Los
Mhm.
Angeles, and then obviously my main thing is YouTube, where you can type my name
Yes, sir.
or Anak LA.
Yeah, TikTok man, you should definitely tap in. It's a
Yeah,
fun one,
I
man.
actually have a
Oh,
gift for you.
bro,
I forgot.
he's too kind,
It's
bro.
nothing. It's nothing. It's
He's
nothing.
too kind. No, this guy's crazy,
Wait,
man.
where is it? Did I forget it? No, I hope not.
Oh man, this is a drum roll. I'm kind of
It's
nervous.
nothing. It's nothing. But it's a little
He's so
gift.
humble.
It's a sticker of
Oh,
Anak
bro,
LA
this
right
is sick.
here. There you
I
go.
like it. I'm putting it on my laptop. Come
There you
on now,
go.
let's
You're
go.
officially Anak LA now.
I'm officially now. That's
We
weird.
welcome you. You've been
I've been
welcomed.
indoctrinated. Arigato, sir.
Look,
Arigato. Oh,
you've
sorry,
been
man.
knighted, homie.
Oh my god,
There you go.
guys, we made it. We made it out the hood. We made it out the hood.
Yeah, bro.
Bro,
So
thank you
yeah,
so much, man. I appreciate you, man. We're
for
so
sure.
excited for any teasers for new projects coming up, though.
There's a few things that I think because I've been working with a lot of Indonesian companies as
Yeah.
well, every now and then, and we got this project that I can't tell you much
Ooh,
about yet.
NDAs. Oh,
Yeah, but
man.
hopefully it's soon, and it might hit some of your cities if you live in a big city or heavily uh, Indo-populated areas. I can't. That's as much I
Well,
can
that
tell
means
you.
definitely LA. I'll tell you that. So,
Yeah.
well, just get ready for that, man. I'm super excited for that, man. We're super grateful for you. Thanks for coming to the Patty Show,
Thanks
man.
for having me.
Man.
This is so much fun.
Of course, man. We usually like to end with arigato at the end.
Okay.
But we'll do terima kasih for a little bonus.
All right, for sure.
Indonesians.
Yeah.
And we got a little dog puppy over here.
Yeah.
So we can do arigato first and then terima kasih.
Okay.
On 3. 1, 2, 3. Arigato and terima kasih.
kasih.
Thank you, everybody.
Thank you.
Thanks for joining me on this episode of The Patty Show. I hope you had as much fun as I did exploring the crossing point of the 3 Ps: passion, pleasure, and positivity. If you want to keep the Patty Party going, follow us on Instagram, TikTok, YouTube, and all social platforms at Patty Show Podcast. Share this episode and leave a positive review. PattySetiati.com/podcast, as well as pattyshow.podbean.com have got more of your Patty Show needs. In the meantime, keep passionately pursuing your personal paradise. Arigato.